Muslims across Ethiopia celebrate the 1434th Eid al-Adha. Belgium arrests Somali pirate leader. Those were the headlines from ETV. Hello and thank you for joining us. I am Rugve Hannes. Muslims across Ethiopia celebrated the 1434th Eid al-Adha holiday on Tuesday. The faithful who attended prayers in Addis Ababa Stadium stressed on the need to celebrate the day by showing kindness to the needy. Lalu Itala has more.
Eid al-Adha, otherwise known as Feast of the Sacrifice, is an important holiday among the Muslim community worldwide. The festival is celebrated to honor the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his young firstborn son Ismail as an act of submission to Allah's command and his son's acceptance to being sacrificed. Muslims in Addis Ababa have also gathered at the National Stadium beginning from 6 in the morning to attend prayers in connection with the day. Some of the faithful already approached after the prayer said helping the destitute and paying tribute to Allah have important places while celebrating Eid al-Adha.
All the Muslim communities celebrate the holiday sharing what they have prepared at home with their neighbors. We enjoy it together with our Christian friends and others. We really enjoy the holiday. We share everything prepared at home with poor brothers and sisters in the local areas. We eat and drink together without any discrimination. This is a holiday whereby the Muslim community strengthens its togetherness. The main duty of the Muslim community is helping each other. That means supporting impoverished people, sharing food and drinks with the poor. While celebrating the holiday, I urge all the Muslim community to mark the day in doing sacred deeds, including sharing food with the poor and supporting them.
The participants underlined that this holiday once again signified the strong bond among the faithful.
This celebration is different from the previous in many aspects. The Muslim community has strengthened its unity, coping up with all the challenges they might have faced before. The unique feature of this year's celebration is that the Muslim community has proved in practice that Islam advocates peace.
In related news, an estimated 2 million Muslims have attended the start of the annual Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, Muslims in Egypt, Palestine and Iraq celebrated Eid al-Adha, wishing for a better future to their respective countries. Bethlehem Tayyeb presents Reuters file.
The sun sets on the first day of Hajj, where almost 2 million Muslim pilgrims take part in the Muslim pilgrimage. The day of Arafat, considered the most important day during the Muslim pilgrimage of Hajj, sees pilgrims making their way to the site of Mount Arafat to spend much of the day in prayer. It is also the site where Muslims believe the Prophet Muhammad delivered his last sermon to believers. Pilgrims are seen clothed in white, standing and sitting on Mount Arafat joined in prayer. In related news, Egyptians turned out in their hundreds to offer prayer on the first day of the Muslim celebration of Eid al-Adha at the Mustafa Mohammed Mosque in Cairo. This year, Egyptians marked the 4-day holiday amidst continuing political turmoil. Many Egyptians hope for peace during the Eid al-Adha holiday and for a long-term resolution in Egypt. I hope for security and for a better life. I hope that things will get better. May everybody's year be good.
وان يجي العيد افضل مما كان يعني طبعا هو العيد الايام ديت طبعا جاي بحزن.
I wish you a good year and for everybody to be happy and all nations to be happy. We are brothers, Muslims and Christians. We all live in one land. We thank all the countries that stood beside us and stood beside Egypt. I'm telling the Egyptian people, I wish them all a good year.
In another news, Muslims in Jerusalem, West Bank and Gaza streamed into a compound housing the Al-Aqsa Mosque on Tuesday to join prayers for Eid al-Adha. In Ramallah, seat of the Palestinian Authority, Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah joined prayers inside a mosque with ministers and other officials. At the grave of late Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, he called for unity with the Hamas government, which controls the Gaza Strip.
في هذه المناسبة أن نوجه الدعوة لإخوتنا في قطاع غزة لإنهاء هذا الانقسام.
On this occasion, we extend an invitation to our brothers in Gaza to end the strife and return to the national unity. Also, in this occasion, we hope for the quick recovery for the wounded and the mercy for our martyrs and the freedom of prisoner heroes sitting in occupation prisons.
Meanwhile, Iraqi Sunni Muslims observed the first day of the Muslim Feast of Sacrifice, or Eid al-Adha, gathering at mosques at dawn for prayers, praying to God for an end to the daily bombings and attacks that plague their country.
Italian ambassador to Ethiopia says Italian investors are ready to operate in Ethiopia as a result of the favorable investment alternatives and peace and security in the country. The ambassador made the remark while a 28-member Italian business delegation met with Ethiopian Foreign Minister Dr. Tedros Adhanom. According to the ambassador Lenzo Mariaros, the investors are interested to engage in industry, tourism and energy sectors, among others. Appreciating the investors' interest, Dr. Tedros for his part said that the government will render all the necessary support to make things easy for them. It was indicated at the discussion that this is the first time ever that a delegation with such a large number of members from Italy came to Ethiopia. Egypt's Supreme Committee for Water has welcomed recent statements by Ethiopian Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn that Ethiopia would always take Egypt's water needs into consideration. The committee said in a meeting headed by Egyptian Prime Minister Hazim al-Bablawi recently that the Egyptian government is keen to reach an agreement to serve the best interests of all parties. The committee said that Egypt seeks to cooperate with Ethiopia and Sudan regarding the Renaissance hydropower project, stressing the importance of political will by all the three countries. According to Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Egyptian government is looking forward to a trilateral meeting between the water ministers of the three countries as soon as possible. Ministry of Agriculture says it's striving to modernize the animal husbandry system as the traditional system is affecting durability of grazing lands. Abata Hailu presents the story from the Ethiopian news agency.
Modernizing the traditional animal rearing system is calling the attention of stakeholders engaged in the agriculture sector in Ethiopia. The remark came while marking Rangeland Day in Hodeta and Dabarga towns in Oromia. Speaking on the occasion, State Minister of Agriculture Dr. Gabriel Gabriel said the traditional rearing system is contributing for the low production of meat and dairy products, mentioning that the less productivity in the dairy sector, poor competency in the market, and the existence of narrow pasture land as a negative result of traditional animal rearing system of the nation. Currently, the ministry is making an effort to address the problem in line with implementing the GTP.
As it is clearly put in the national policy and the GTP, there should be a transform from common pasture land use to modern system. With the view to this, an action has already begun to be implemented.
Urgent activities should be made towards maximizing production and productivity, protecting pasture land and biodiversity, as well as creating modern market-led system, he said. He called on stakeholders and the community to protect pasture land, considering its economic benefits, adding that with this view the ministry is working in collaboration with Pasture and Rangeland Forum of Ethiopia. Forum Chief Dr. Lema Gizacho for his part said an awareness creation activity has been done on how to protect and develop pasture land resource since 2012. Livestock Researcher Director at the Institute of Agricultural Research Dr. Getinat Asafa also mentioned that the pasture land in the area is getting reduced significantly as a result of the increasing population. Animal resource of the country has increased from 23 million 3 decades before to 54 million. Following the forum, participants paid a visit to pasture developmental undertakings of Adabarga farmers.
Ethiopian tourism sector has witnessed a 12% growth on average in the concluded fiscal year. The country earned over $633 million from the tourism sector in the concluded fiscal year from 600,000 tourists. Number of tourists and the income has shown a significant increase compared to that of last year's. Tourism Development and Marketing Directorate Coordinator with the Ministry, Girma Yimer, attributed the increase to the promotion works and development of tourist destinations. The Ministry plans to increase the number of tourists to 1 million by the end of the Growth and Transformation Plan period. He further said that efforts are also underway to make Ethiopia one of the top 5 destinations in Africa by the year 2020. Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church vows to continue its development activities strengthened. The church held the 32nd regular meeting of its synod. Speaking on the occasion, Patriarch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, His Holiness Abuna Matthias, said the church will do its level best to provide good service to the faithful. He also called upon the public to join hands for the country's development. The African Union condemned the killing of 3 Senegalese officers of a police unit of the African Union United Nations hybrid operation in Darfur, UNAMID. In a statement it issued, the Union said that Chairperson of the AU Commission, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, stresses urgent need to identify and bring the perpetrators before justice. A week earlier, a Zambian military observer was stabbed at his residence in a carjacking incident perpetrated by armed men. The officer later died. The chairperson condemns these cowardly criminal acts against UNAMID peacekeepers who are paying the ultimate price to bring peace to Darfur. The statement underlined AU's deepest condolences to the families of the bereaved as well as to the governments and peoples of Senegal and Zambia. A man alleged to be one of Somalia's most influential pirate leaders has been arrested in Belgium. Mohamed Abdi Hassan, also known as Afweyne or Big Mouth, was detained at Brussels International Airport on Saturday. Undercover agents had persuaded the Somali and an associate, saying they wanted to make a documentary about their pirate exploits. Abdi Hassan now faces criminal charges, including hijacking. Prosecutors believe that Hassan was behind the seizure of a Belgian ship in 2009. BBC reports that Abdi Hassan is also charged with kidnapping the ship's crew and belonging to a criminal organization. And that's all we have in this edition. Thank you for staying with us.